Okay, let's start with the first question. Okay. Okay, first question. Everyone got it right? Yeah. Okay, there are a few common mistakes that I see. I didn't deduct marks, but you have to be careful, okay? So when you add two fractions together, what do you do? What do you do? Make the make the denominator the same. So since this is 3 and this is 2, I need to multiply 2 to here and multiply 3 to here. Okay, this is a mistake I see. 2x over 3 times 2 plus x minus 1 over 2 times 3. What is wrong with this? What is wrong with this? Zach, can you tell me what is wrong with this?
You times 2 for the whole fraction instead of the denominator.
Okay. So this is wrong because you are multiplying 2 to the fraction. When you multiply 2, what are you doing? You're multiplying 2 over 1. Is that correct? You want to multiply 2 to both the top and the bottom. So actually what you're doing is you should be multiplying 2 to both the top and the bottom. Okay? Multiply 3 to both the top and the bottom. Because when it's 2 over 2, what is 2 over 2? 2 over 2 is also equals to 1. Okay? 3 over 3 is also equals to 1. Okay? That is why we multiply both the top and the bottom by 2 and 2. Multiply both the top and bottom by 3 and 3. We cannot just multiply the whole thing by 2 or 3. Okay? Because that will change the fraction. When we just multiply by 1, it doesn't change the fraction. Okay? So I don't want to see like that next time. Okay? Even if your working later is correct, next time I will minus your mark. Okay? So what you should do is you should multiply 2 on top and multiply 2 below. Okay? You can extend the question like that. When you multiply 2 on top and 2 below, you're actually multiplying by 1. Okay? Plus multiply x minus 1 by 3. So you have to bracket x minus 1, then you multiply by 3. Then you multiply 2 by 3 also. Okay? So this will be 4x over 6 plus, then you expand this will be 3x minus 3 over 6. You combine them together, 4x plus 3x minus 3 over 6. This will be 7x minus 3 over 6. Okay? Any questions? Am I clear about this part? You have to multiply the same number on both the numerator and denominator. Okay? Ali and Shakil, can you turn on your camera, please? Anyone else has any questions? Okay, next question. Now express this as a single fraction. Okay, so same thing, we have to make the denominator the same. This denominator is x minus 2. This denominator is x plus 1. So how to make them the same? We will have to multiply x minus 2 with x plus 1 over here. And then we have to multiply x minus 2 to x plus 1 over here. Okay, so same thing for the first fraction. You need to multiply x plus 1 to both the top and the bottom. Okay, this is the correct way to write it. The wrong way to write it is 2 over x minus 2 times x plus 1. This would be wrong. Okay, you have to multiply both to the top and to the bottom. If you only multiply to this, it means that you're only multiplying to the top because x plus 1 is x plus 1 over 1. Got it? Okay, so this is wrong, huh? Okay, so the next fraction, you need to multiply x minus 2 to both the numerator and denominator. 3 times x minus 2 over, you can write them in the same sequence, x minus 2, x plus 1. Okay, now that they have the same denominator, you can combine them. X minus 2, x plus 1. Okay, let's combine them. 2 bracket x plus 1 minus 3x minus 2. Okay, now be careful when you are expanding. 2 times x plus 1 is 2x plus 2. Minus 3 times x minus 2 is minus 3 times x minus 3x. Minus 3 times minus 2 plus 6. Okay, this is also a place where there's a common mistake, okay? This is plus 6, not minus 6. Okay, and then continue, this will be 2x minus 3x, it's minus x. Plus 2 plus 6 is plus 8. X minus 2, x plus 1. Okay? Any questions? Is that okay? Ashton, are you okay? Alia? Alia, okay with this question? Shakil? Okay, Shakil, turn on your camera, please. Okay. We will move on to question 2. Okay, question 2, factorization. First one. Okay, so regardless of the factorization question, every time they ask you to factorize, the first step is to look for common factor. Okay, what does it mean by common factor? Common factor means every single term has the same factor. Okay, every single term needs to have the same factor. So this is two terms, right? You have 3c to the power of 4 and c. What is the common factor that both term has? What's the common factor that both term has? C, okay? Both of them have C. Only this one has 3. Only this one has 3. So you cannot take out 3C, okay? You can only take out C because C is the only term that both term has. So you take out C. After you take out C, you are going to take 3C to the power of 4 divide by C. Okay? So 3C to the power of 4 divided by C will be 3C to the power of 3. So took out 1 3. 1C. Okay, and then how about plus C? After you take out C, it will be C divided by C, which is plus 1. Okay, so this is the answer for the first one. Any questions? Okay, next one is 3 terms factorization. Okay, always start with the first step. Is there any common factor that all 3 terms share? Is there any common factor that is in all of these 3 terms? No, don't have, right? Okay, so don't have, then you just move on directly to 3-term factorization. How to do 3-term factorization? Split it into 2 brackets first. Okay, wait, sorry. Remember to write your equal signs, okay? So for part A, you have to write an equal sign before this. Because this term is equals to this term. Okay, some of you don't write equal sign at all. Then that will be wrong. Okay, you have to write equal sign before all statements. Okay, so moving on to three-term factorization again. So you draw two brackets. The first two terms need to multiply to become 2q square. Okay, the first two terms must multiply to become 2q square. So there's only one possibility. The one possibility is 2q and q. Okay, how about the next two terms? They have to multiply to become 2. Okay, so very easy to remember, right? First two terms multiply to become the first term. Next two terms multiply to become the last term. Okay, so what multiplies to become 2? Just 1 and 2, right? Okay, so 1 and 2. Okay, we might have to change the sequence later. Let's see. So how do we check for 5q? You multiply 1 and q to give you q, multiply 2q and 2 to give you 4q. How can q and 4q become 5q? You have to add them. So both have to be positive. Okay, so both are positive. Now let's check the answer. Okay, this is very important, okay? After three terms factorization, always check for 3 steps. Okay? First step, multiply 2q with q. You should get 2q squared. Okay? First step, check. Second step, 1 multiplied by 2 should give you 2, the last number. Second check step. Second step, checked. Then last step is take 1 multiplied by q, you should get q. 2q multiplied by 2, you get 4q. When you add them up, you should get 5q. Okay, last step, check. Okay, this will help you to make sure that your answer is correct. Okay, Maria?
I overthought it so much.
Yeah? Okay.
It nearly went to like 3 minus 1.
How to get 3 minus 1? You see, even if when you were doing this part, you wouldn't get 3 minus 1, right? Yeah? Okay. Understand? Understand how to check the 3 steps? I repeat again, okay? So after you get your answer, you have first two terms. You have 2 terms in the first bracket, 2 terms in the second bracket. I want you to multiply the first term with the first term. You should get the first term. Multiply the second term with the second term, you should get the last term. Then multiply the 2 that are closest together. Multiply the 2 that are furthest away from each other. Add these 2 up, you should get the middle term. Understand, everyone? Okay? Any questions? Okay. Okay, moving on. Okay, look at these 2 terms. What's the first step for factorization always?
Factorize 5.
Yeah, always find the common factor between among all your terms. Okay, so in this case, what can I factorize out? I can take out 5, right? So after I take out 5, I will have 9m squared minus 4. Okay, 9m squared and 4, what can you do?
Turn it to 3 square x square.
Okay, and
then minus 2 square.
yes, okay. So when you look at this, I want you to be very alert that 9 is a square number, is a perfect square, and 4 is also a perfect square. Okay, in this case, I can write it as 5 bracket 9 is what? 3 square, right? So 3 square m square, then minus 2 square. Okay, why do I want to write it like this? Why do I want to square root this one and this one? So I can have what's the formula? A square minus B square is equals to
A plus B.
A plus B, A minus B. So once you see this, minus this, you should be thinking about a squared minus b squared. Okay, but right now is it in a squared minus b squared format? Not yet, because this is something squared minus something squared. So we need to change this 3 squared m squared into just one thing squared.
3m squared.
Yes, 3m squared. So this becomes 5 bracket, I'm gonna write 3m bracket squared. What does 3m bracket squared means? It means that this 3 needs to be squared and this m also needs to be squared. Okay? Minus 2 squared. Okay, now that we have this a squared minus b squared format, then I can change it to 5, 3m plus 2 and 3m minus 2. Okay? Okay, now I want you to take note of all your equal signs in your answer. Every time you write an equal sign, you need to make sure that the thing that comes after is directly equal, exactly equal to the statement before. Okay, this is saying that this is equals to this, is equals to this, is equals to this, is equal to the final answer. If what you're doing is just the working, for example, I just want to write up 9 as 3 square, right? I just want to write up 3 square m square minus 2 square. Okay? Is it correct for me to write an equal sign from here to here? Write an equal sign here? Is it correct? It's not correct, okay? If you write this in your exam paper, you confirm be marked wrong, okay? I was quite lenient this time. If you do something like that, I know this is just your working, I don't minus your mark, okay? But you need to be very careful. Don't anyhow write equal sign, okay? So if this is not your real working, you can just cancel it out in the end because you actually don't need this in the end, right? Just cancel it out or use a pencil, okay? Just make sure that it doesn't look like from here to here you are continuing your working. Okay, you should always be writing out full workings like this when you are doing equal sign. So you see from here to here, right? Even though this only the part that I change, I have to retain the 5 times the bracket. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. Okay, did your correction? Okay, very good. Okay, last one. 4 terms factorization. Very good. I think most of you got this correct. Yeah, okay, so for term factorization, so same thing, look for common factor from all of the terms. Is there any common factor that includes all of the terms? Cannot, don't have, right? Okay, this one got P, this one got P, okay, this one got Q, this one got Q, okay, this is 2, 8, 12 can be divided by 2, but 3 cannot be divided by 2. Okay, so you check for common factors first. Don't have, then your next step is to group them into 2 groups of 2. Okay, so I'm going to group the first 2 and the second 2. Okay, so the first 2, I take out P, then I have 2Q minus 3. Okay, and then the next 2, I can take out 4. Why do I get 3Q? Sorry, 2Q. 2Q minus 3. Next time I take out 4, then I have 2Q minus 3 again. Okay, so the first factorization is the first part. Second factorization is the second part. Okay, now that both of them have 2Q minus 3, you're going to factorize out 2Q minus 3. But you have to remember to draw the bracket because this is the factor and it belongs together. Okay, this 2Q minus 3, take out, put a bracket, and then you're left with P plus 4. Okay, this one shouldn't have much problem except for when you take out the factor, please remember to write the bracket. If you don't write the bracket, it becomes 2Q minus 3 times P plus 4. Then you're just multiplying 3 with P plus 4. Okay? Everyone understand? Any questions? Okay, moving on. Question 3, make x the subject of the formula. How to make x the subject of the formula? We have to isolate x on one side. Okay, so that means here 3x plus 1, I need to shift the plus 1 away. Okay, let's do this very carefully. I need to make sure that the concept is correct. Okay, so when you have 3x plus 1, Maria, how do I remove the plus 1?
Divide by 1.
This is plus 1. Okay, how do you get rid of plus 1? What do you,
Shift it to the other side.
yeah, how to shift it to the other side? When you have plus 1, you have to do
Minus 1.
minus 1, because it's only when you minus 1, then you can cancel them and it disappears. Okay, that is why when it's plus 1, you need to do minus 1 on both sides. Okay, I always write out my working very carefully. This is minus 1, minus 1. The reason I do minus 1 is because I want to counter the plus 1 so that I can cancel it away. After I cancel it away, I'm only left with 3x on this side. Now on the left side, I'll have 2y minus 1. Okay? Now in the end, I want to get from 3x to x. Okay, let me turn them around. Okay, so 3x is on the left side, 2y minus 1 is the right side. I'm just flipping them around. Okay, now from 3x, I want to get to x. Okay, now you ask yourself, how can you get rid of this 3? How to get rid of this 3 to get x only? How, Maria?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3. Why divide by 3?
Us is 3x.
3x is 3.
3 times x.
3x is 3 times x. So to counter the times, you need to do divide. Okay, so divide by 3, divide by 2y minus 1, divide by 3. Okay, so if it's plus, you have to counter it by doing minus. If it's times, you counter it by doing divide. Okay, so same goes in the other direction. If it's minus, counter it by doing plus. If it's divide, counter it by doing multiply. Okay? Any questions? Any questions, students online? Yes, sure, Alia. Okay, question 4. Question 4, make y the subject of the formula. Good. Look at this first. You have to find all the y first. Where are all the y? You have one here, one here, and then another one here. Okay? So same as making x the subject of the formula. To make y the subject of the formula, you have to shift all the y onto one side. You have to combine them to only just one y. So how do you do that? So firstly, when you have y at the bottom in a fraction, you have to bring it to the top. Okay? If your y is at the bottom, you can never isolate it. Okay? First you bring it to the top. So what are some strategies that you have learned to manipulate this kind of equation?
X over 1 and cross multiply.
Yes, very good. So something that we have learned is called cross multiplication, right? So when can you use cross multiplication? When you have fraction equals to fraction. It has to be equals, okay? So you have to have a fraction equals to a fraction. So this looks like a fraction equals a fraction already, except you just need to change x into x over 1. Okay, x is the same as x over 1. So x equals to 8m minus y over 5y plus 4. So when you do cross multiplication, you multiply x with 5y plus 4, x times 5y plus 4, and then you take 1 times 8m minus y. So 8m minus y. Okay, so you see by doing cross multiplication, you have managed to shift y, 5y, which is originally at the bottom, now it is at the top. Okay, I say this at the top because if it is a whole number, we put over 1 is already at the top. Okay, we don't want anything at the bottom. So if you're at a loss of what to do next time, just shift it to the top first. Okay, once it's at the top, it's easier for you to manipulate. Okay, now what's the next step?
Expand.
Expand. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the bracket. So this would be 5xy plus 4x equals to 8m minus 1. Okay, if you can get here, it's already very good. Okay, now remember what is the goal? The goal is to make y the subject of the formula. In order to make y the subject of the formula, you have to combine all the y into just one term. Okay, so now you have a 5xy over here. And then you have a minus y over here. So how to combine them? You have to first shift them to the same side. Okay, so Zach, you tell me, what is the next step?
So then it will be 9x equals to 8m.
9x equals 8m, what are you talking about?
Wait. Okay.
So Zach, I need to find y, right? So I need to shift them to the same side. Can you shift them to the same side for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Negative. To bring it over, you must you plus y on one side, then the other side you minus the y.
Plus y on one. What do you mean plus y on one side? You need to plus y on both sides, right? You need to shift. Okay, you need to shift this minus y over. So in order to shift it over, what you need to do on both sides is plus y, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so after you plus y to the right side, then you can cancel it off. Okay, so you're only left with 8m on the right side. On the left side, you have 5xy plus 4x plus 1. Okay, so now at least the y are on the same side. Now your y are on the same side. Okay, now Ashton, what do I do next? Ashton, what do I do next?
You take out the y.
Say again.
Take out the y.
Then take out the y already. I still
Huh?
have plus 4x over here. What's that?
You minus 4x on one side, then you plus 4x the other side.
Okay. Okay. Correct. Okay. Zach, you mean you want to shift this over here, right?
Yeah.
So Zach, when you say minus 4x on one side, plus 4x on the other side, the concept is wrong, okay? You cannot do different things on both sides. What are you actually doing? You have to do the same thing on both sides. What are you actually doing? Is it minus 4x on one side and plus 4x the other side? I cannot minus on one side and plus on the other side, then they are not equals anymore.
A minus
On
4x
both sides.
Minus 4x on both sides. Very good. Okay, Zach, you understand? I know you understand the concept, okay? But you have to be very accurate, okay? You're doing minus 4x on both sides. Okay, after you minus 4x on the left side, then you can take it away, okay? So 5xy plus y equals to 8m minus 4x. Okay, so now on your left side, you only have y, okay? Now, Maria, what do I do?
substitute those. Factorize the y.
Okay, factorize the y. What do I get?
Y bracket 5x plus 1.
Okay.
Then you divide by 5x plus 1. So you divide the other side also. So 8m minus 4x over 5x plus 1.
Okay, very good. Okay, so from here, what you need to do now is you can only have one y, right? Now your y is still in two different terms. But now what you can do is you can factorize out the y. So I only have one single y left. Okay? Did you understand this factorization from here to here? So what you do is you take out y from 5xy. So 5xy divided by y, you get 5x. Then y divided by y, you get 1. Okay, and then in the end, I just need to divide both sides by z. I'm dividing both sides by what?
Y.
Divide
Wait.
both sides.
Oh my.
I'm trying to get y equals to something, right? So I need to divide by.
X. Wait, let me think. Mine is slow. Mine is different.
It's okay, Zach. Look at my working. How do I get from y times 5x plus 1 to y?
Mine, I just show it divide 8m over 4x divided by 5x plus 1.
Yes, so you have to, in order to get from here to here, you need to divide this whole thing by 5x plus 1. Because this is y times 5x plus 1, right? So to get to y, you need to divide by 5x plus 1. And if I divide 5x plus 1 here, I need to divide 5x plus 1 on the other side. Okay? Zach, you understand this working?
You
I
just
think
made
like
me more confused on my own working. That's why there's like
okay.
so much more.
Let me see your working. Let me see if you did something.
Mine's the exact same. It's just that I never put all of the plus minus all mine everything.
Let me see.
It's the exact same. Just like yeah.
Okay. So these parts that I write, right? These arrows, yes, they are not necessary. But I just want to write down the concept of transferring things around. Okay? So I know you're very used to when you see minus something, then you just do plus something, correct? When you see times something, you just do divide something. Okay? But because just now, when you explain to me, I feel that your concept is a bit not accurate, correct? Because you say you plus something on one side, you minus something on the other side. That concept is not correct. You always have to do the same thing on both sides. Yeah? Okay? So even when you transfer this 4x over here, yes, you need to minus 4x, right? You minus 4x on this side, right? But what you also do is you also minus 4x on the left side. It's only because you minus the 4x, then you can make it disappear. Yeah? Same for this last step, from here to here. I know immediately you already know I need to divide by 5x plus 1, right? But actually, on this side, you're also dividing by 5x plus 1. Because this is y times 5x plus 1, only when you divide, then you can cancel it off and this becomes y. Okay? Yeah, so you can keep on writing or working like that. You don't have to write the arrow sign. But I just want to make sure the concept is correct. Everyone okay? Okay? Okay. Now, last question. Question 5. After this, we take a break, okay? Okay, so for this question, again, you have to combine them into the same denominator. Okay, this one look familiar? 9x squared minus 4. Same as the question 2C. We also have a 9m squared minus 4. Okay, so when you look at this 9x squared minus 4, it should ring a bell. It should be 9x squared minus 4. I should be able to write it as 3x bracket square minus 2 squared. Why do I want to write it like this?
Because then you can use the a squared minus b squared equals to a plus b minus b.
Very good. So because this formula is a squared minus b squared, I can write it as a plus b, a minus b. Okay, so here it will be 3x plus 2 bracket 3 minus 2. Okay, so because this is a working, this part is just a working, right? I'm not going to write that this is equals to something else later. Okay, I'm just going to leave it to the side. You can either cancel it away, okay, or you just incorporate it into your actual working. You can just write immediately that this is 4x over 3x squared minus 2 squared minus 3 over 3x plus 2. Okay, you see how I incorporated this step? I incorporated this step into the working immediately. Okay, so I can just cancel this away now. Understand? Okay, now let's continue. This will be 4x over 3x plus 2 bracket 3x minus 2. Okay, so now since this is 3x plus 2, 3 minus 2, 3x minus 2, now for this fraction, how do I get it to be the same denominator?
Times 3x minus 2.
Yes, now I need to times 3x minus 2 to both the top and the bottom. I cannot just do this. Okay, you need to do it to both the top and the bottom. 3 and 3x minus 2 over 3x plus 2, 3x minus 2. Okay, now what we can do is we can combine them. 3x plus 2, 3x minus 2. 4x minus 3 times 3x minus 2. 3x plus 2, 3x minus 2. 4x minus 3 times 3x. Minus 3 times 3x is minus 9x. And then, okay, be very careful. Minus
Plus
3
plus 6.
times minus 2 is plus 6. Okay, this is another common careless mistake. Okay, this is plus 6. So 4x minus 9x is
Negative 5x.
minus 5x, then plus 6. 3x plus 2, 3x. Okay. Okay, that's the end of the paper. You all have any questions about the paper? Okay, so today when you go home, before your next class, I want you to redo the questions that you got wrong. Okay, even if it's minus 1 mark, redo the question you got wrong. Make sure you know exactly where you went wrong so you don't make the same mistakes. Okay? Any questions? Okay, if not, let's take a slightly longer break. Let's take a break until 4:50. Okay, 8 minutes break. Okay, come back at 4:50. Okay. Okay, online students, please come back. We are going to start our new topic on quadratic equations. These notes. Yeah, I briefly went through how to solve quadratic equations with you for the past few lessons, right? But those that set of notes is actually an old set of notes. So we're gonna start on this new set of notes together. Okay? Online students, do you already have the notes with you? If you do not, I send it to the chat as well, okay?
So will we be using the same quadratic method?
Yeah, same methods. Do you remember the methods that I taught for solving quadratic equation? Do you remember some methods? For those who did attend the previous lessons. Remember there was like a graph, right? Quadratic, like a flow chart. Equations. 4 methods.
Completing the square,
There was a completing the square.
then the quadratic,
Completing the square. Do you remember the first method?
I don't remember the formula.
Okay. First method is very simple, just factorization. Usually 3-term factorization. Okay. Factorization, completing the square. There was a formula, right? Okay, this is called the quadratic formula. We will go through it again. Quadratic formula. And then there was one last one I haven't gone through with you at all. Yes, graph. Never gone through graph with you at all, right?
Yeah.
Graphical method.
Okay, let me see where minus x equals to minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4a bracket a bracket c over 2a.
Very good. Okay, so Maria was just trying to recall the formula for quadratic. We'll go through again, but this is the formula. X equals to minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Here is a quadratic formula method. What is the factorization method? Factorization method is when you have x really like plus some. Factorization is I just want to write something times something equals to 0, and then inside this something there is x. Okay, and then I can find x later. We'll do this first method first, factorization. Completing the square is when you have x plus a square, then plus b equals to 0. You have to write in this formula, quadratic formula, and then graph method is when you have a x-axis like that, okay, and then the graph passes through the x-axis. The parts where it intersects the x-axis, this is your answer. Okay, so 4 different methods to solve quadratic equation. Okay, we're going to zoom into the first method today. Okay, this we have to learn very, very well. It's the most simple method for solving quadratic equation. If you can factorize, always do factorization. Okay, ready? I'm gonna go into the first method. Okay, so first I have to teach you a concept. Maria, look up, please. Oh, not Maria. Nabil, look up. Put your phone away. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you a concept. Very simple, okay? When you multiply 2 numbers, okay? If I tell you A multiplied by B equals to 0, what can you tell me about A or B?
A or b 0.
Yes, either A or B needs to be 0, okay? At least one of them needs to be 0, okay? So it's either A equals to 0 or B equals to 0. Okay, let's see if this makes sense. Can both be 0? Can 0 times 0 equals to 0? Yes, 0 times 0 will give you 0, okay? But can you imagine if one of them is not 0? Is it possible to get 0? Let's say if A is 1, B needs to be what?
0.
B needs to be 0, okay, in order to make it into 0. Okay? But does this only work for 0? What if it's, let's say, what if A times B equals to 1? Can I say that either A equals to 1, sorry, either A equals to 1 or B equals to 1? Is this correct?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, let's see. Can it be that A is equals to, if A is equals to 6, B must be equals to 1? 1 over 6. Okay, in order for them to cancel out, for this to be 1. Okay, so it doesn't work for any other numbers other than 0. Only when A times B is equals to 0, then either A equals 0 or B equals 0. Okay, other numbers don't work. Okay, why do I teach you this? Because when we try to solve for, quadratic equation using factorization, this is exactly what we are trying, this concept is what we're trying to take advantage of. When I am able to factorize quadratic equation into something multiplied by something, then equals to 0, then from here, what can I say?
X equals to
It's either x equals to 0 or
negative
this is A, this is B, right? Because this is
or
A
x minus
times B, correct? A times B. So it's either A is equals to 0, x equals 0, or B is 0, x minus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so from here, you can find out what is x. What is x? X is either x equals to 0 or x is equals to 4, correct? Because this is minus 4, I need to plus 4 on both sides. Okay, so your answer is x equals to 0 or x equals to 4. Understand? Okay, now let's look at second one together. What is your A and what is your B?
x plus 1.
X plus 1 is A, and then x minus 8 is B. So, in order for them to multiply to become 0,
Either x is x.
either x plus 1 equals to 0 or x minus 8 equals to 0. You need to write this OR, okay? OR is not AND. Why is it OR? OR means either one can be 0. If you write AND means both needs to be 0. You understand? Okay, that's why we write OR, okay? So either x is equals to minus 1 or x is equals to 8. You know how I get minus 1 and 8? I have to transfer plus 1 to the other side. So I need to minus 1 on both sides. I need to transfer minus 8 to the other side. So I need to plus 8 on both sides. Understand? Okay, can you guys try practice 1A and B yourself? Just 1 minute. Okay, see if you understand the concept. Aliyah, turn on your camera, please. Thanks, Aliyah. Okay, practice 1A and B. Try yourself. Okay, Nabil, practice 1A. How do I solve this? X minus 6 equals 0 or
X plus 1.
x plus 4 equals 0. So your answer is
X equals to 6.
x equals to 6 or
X equals to minus 1.
okay, very good. X equals to minus 1. Okay, sorry guys, write your final answer Okay, write your final answer clearly, okay? So, just write like that. A and S dot dot x equals to 6 or x equals to 9. Okay, same for previous questions. X equals to 0 or x equals to 4. Okay, Alia, can you help me with practice 1B?
2x+1 equals 0 or x minus 5 equal to 0 and 2x equals to -1.
2x, okay, not answer yet, right? 2x
Yeah.
equals 1. Then,
Or x equals to 5.
okay, then,
Then answer is x equals to -1/2
very good. Or,
x plus x equals to 5.
very good, Alia. Okay, did you manage to get this part? It's a bit different, right? But at the end, you're just trying to find x, right? So very good, you divide by 2 on both sides. That's how you get x equals to -half or x equals to 5. Questions? Everybody okay? Okay, next. Okay, let me do C with you guys. So, same as before, 4x minus 1 equals to 0 or 2x minus 5 equals to 0. So, be 4x equals to 1 or 2x equals to 5. Then x is equals to 1/4 or x equals to 5. The answer. Any questions? This is the same as before, right? Okay, now let's look at the next question. Now I have 3 times x plus 1 times 4x minus 7. Now there are 3 things that are multiplied to each other. And you will get 0. Okay? What can you tell me about these 3 things multiplied to each other to give 0? Is it all of them have to be 0? One of them have to be 0? Two of them have to be 0? Now it's no longer A times B is equals to 0, right? Now it's A times B times C equals to 0. What can you tell me about the 3 of them?
One of them is
Only one of them have to be 0 to make the whole thing 0. Okay? Everybody understand that? Okay, so no matter how many things you times together, A times B times C times D, many things. Let's say there are 100 things, okay? There are 100 of them. 100 things multiplied together to give you 0. Only just one needs to be 0. One needs to be 0 to make everything 0. Okay? Because once you have something multiplied by something becomes 0, anything that multiplies to it is still 0. Okay? So it doesn't matter there are 3 things here. One of them has to be 0. Okay? So what can you tell me about these 3 things? Is 3 0? 3 is obviously not 0, right? So it's still either
x plus 1.
it's still either x plus 1 equals to 0 or 4x. Sorry, don't need the bracket, okay? Because it's by itself. Or 4x minus 7 equals to 0. Okay? Now can you look at this? Part E. This square equals to 0. So what does that tell you? What is 2x minus 1 squared? Look up, guys. What is 2x minus 1 squared? 2x minus 1 squared is 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so what can you tell me? From here, I know that 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Do I still have to write 2x minus 1 equals 0 or 2x minus 1 equals 0? No need, because they're the same thing, right? Okay, so this is redundant. Okay, so for this particular question, x only has one solution. There's only one possible answer for x, whereas previously there were two possible answers for x. Okay, so when you have 2x minus 1 square equals to 0, then you can subtract 2x equals to 0. Okay, 2x is equals to 1, x is equals to 1. Okay, this will be your answer. Okay, for the previous question is x equals to minus 1 or 4x equals to 7, x equals to minus 1, or x is equals to 7 is your final answer. Okay, try part F yourself. See if you understand what I have taught you so far. I'll give you 1 minute for part F. Done? Okay, so what is equals to 0 here?
7x plus 2.
Okay, so this is 4 times 7x plus 2 times 7x plus 2. One of them needs to be 0. 4 obviously is not 0, right? Then it has to be 7x plus 2 equals to 0. So 7x is equals to minus 2, x is equals to minus 2 over 7. Everybody got this? Be okay? Is that okay so far? Ashton, alright? Alia? Shakil? Shakil. Are you okay or not? Okay, let's look at example 2. Now, if I give you x squared minus 3x equals to 0, can you solve for x? Using the same method as before. Is this in a times b equals 0 format? Is this already in a times b equals to 0?
Yeah.
Not yet, right?
Is it not?
This is x squared minus 3x. This is something minus something. I need this part to become a times b equals 0. Then I can write a equals to 0 or b equals to 0, right? That's what we have been learning, right?
X minus 3x. Then times x.
Yeah, okay, very good. So this is why, in order to change this into something times something, what can I do? I can factorize out
X.
and then this will be x minus 3. Right? We learned factorization, right? So x squared minus 3x, if you take out x, it becomes x times x minus 3. Now, is this in a times b format?
Yes.
Yes. So now this becomes a equals to 0 or x minus 3 equals to 0. Then x equals to 0 or x equals to 3. Okay, this is why remember the first method for solving quadratic equation is factorization. Why do we factorize? Because I want to write it as a times b equals to 0. So I can change this to a equals to 0 or b equals to 0. Okay, we factorize because we want to write the quadratic formula as something times something. Okay? Okay, now try part B yourself. Part B is a 3-term quadratic formula. So what do you have to do? How do you factorize this into something times something? Have you tried 2B? Everybody give this a try, okay? You need to express this as something times something. Yeah. Okay, so how should we turn this into A times B?
Let's factorize x out.
Take out X, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, take out X. Okay. You take
you get x equals to x minus 5 minus 36.
then this minus 36 how? I need to change this whole thing to something times something.
Oh wait,
How, Maria? What should we do?
3 terms.
3-term factorization, right? Okay, so this is 3 terms. I can factorize it into what?
X, then, x 36.
Okay, 36. How can I get 5? What are the factors of 36?
6 times.
6 times 6. No way I can get 5, right? What else? What are the factors of 36? Zach,
9 times 4.
what are the factors of 36?
136, 2,
1 and 36. Okay, 1 and 36 can get 5 or not?
no,
Okay, go on.
8, mm, 4 times 9,
Yes, good. 4 and 9. And what should be my signs?
uh, negative 4, positive 9.
When you see if it's negative 4, positive 9, this becomes
Oh, plus
negative
2.
4x, this becomes positive 9x. Do you get minus
Oh,
9x?
the other way around.
The other way around, okay? So positive 4x and negative 9. Okay, so we need it to be like that. Okay, can we do a final check? X times x, let's check x squared, correct? Plus 4 minus 9 minus 36, correct? Then plus 4x minus 9x minus 5x, correct? Okay, do your 3 checks. So you have factorized this part into this, that equals to 0. So how to find x?
x plus 4 equals 0 or x minus 9 equals 0, then
Very good.
x.
Okay, so this is A times B already, right? So now you can write A is equals to 0 or B is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 4 or x is equal to 9. Okay? See the rest of the questions are the same. Okay, you just need to write it as something times something equals to 0, then you find the answer. Then I'm gonna leave this whole practice 2 as your homework. Okay, so page 4 and 5 are both your homework. Now let's go to example 3. We're going to go on to the second method, which is completing the square. Okay, this is the second method. Okay, now remember, this formula is the completing the square formula. How do we get here? Okay, so unlike factorization, you don't completely write the whole thing as like x something x something. Okay, we're going to write it in this formula, x plus a squared plus b. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, so you start with x squared plus okay, you have start with x squared plus ax plus b. Sorry, this a and this b is different from the final a and b that you will get. Okay, this is just to represent a number. Okay, okay, so you start from this, and then you're going to write this as ax. Wait, I think previously I used b and c. Sorry, okay, you're gonna do x plus b over 2. So you're gonna take this number, you're gonna divide by 2. Okay, this is what goes inside the bracket square. Okay, and then after that, you're gonna minus away. You're gonna minus away this number here, b over 2, bracket square. Okay, and then you plus. Okay, so this plus c doesn't change. It's just this part, I can write it as this. Okay, and then later you combine these two to get the final plus b. Okay, let's try, okay? It's simpler than the formula looks once you get the hang of it. Okay, let's look at this. X squared plus 8x, okay? In this case, it doesn't have a plus c outside. It doesn't have a number outside, but it's okay. Because plus c, you can just ignore it. So, this number that is multiplied to x, this number is what we have to divide by 2. Okay, so how do we write this? This will be x plus
8.
8 divided by 2 is equals to 4. Okay, x plus 4. This is the thing that will go inside the square. Then now I just need to minus away
Minus 4.
4 square. I just need to minus away this number square. Okay, then this is x plus 4 square minus 16. Okay, so first, just identify the number that you have to divide by 2. Okay, now look at this. Which number do you have to divide by 2?
6x.
Okay, it's just this minus 6 that you have to divide by 2. Okay, it's the number that multiply to x that you have to divide by 2. So when you're just starting out, just highlight or underline the number that you have to divide by 2. Pay attention to this number. Okay, how do I write out this? First, ignore this plus 9 first. Okay, it comes in the end. So what goes into the bracket?
X equals to x minus 3.
X minus 3 squared.
3 squared.
Then I have to minus away. It's always minus, okay?
Yes, 3
Minus away 3 squared. Okay, minus away this number squared.
Plus 9.
Then at the end, then you plus 9. Okay, very good. So this is equals to x minus 3 squared Then minus 9 plus 9. Minus 9 plus 9 is
9. No, 1.
0. Minus 9 plus 9 is 0. Okay, so final answer is x minus 3 square. Okay. Okay. Can you all just quickly try 3a and 3b? Try to apply the formula yourself. So first, identify which number you have to divide by 2. I'll write the formula for you here, okay? Use this formula. Okay, for the first question, what do you have to divide by 2?
10
Yes, very good. For the second question, which one do you have to divide by 2?
minus.
Minus 2. Okay. So, Alia, can you tell me what goes into the bracket for the first question?
X plus 5
Very good. Okay, so x plus 5 square. What do I have to minus?
minus 5 square
Minus 5 square.
minus 6.
Very good. Okay, so answer is x plus 5 square minus 25 minus 6 is minus 31. Everybody got it? Good. Okay, Nabil, help me with the second question. X minus 1 square, very good. So minus 2 divided by 2 is minus 1. Now what do I minus away? Minus 1 square plus 5. Okay, minus 1 plus 5 is? Yes. Everyone got this? Okay, now I want you to take note of this. Whether inside is plus 5 or minus 1, outside the bracket, I should always do minus. Okay, I'm always minusing away the inside square. Got it? Okay? Okay, now let's look at the next one. Wait. Okay, I want you to do C, D, E, F as homework. Express all of them in completing the square form. Okay? Okay, so now I've taught you completing the square. I haven't taught you how to use completing the square to find x, right? I only teach you how to change it to this format, right? But how does this format help us to find x? Okay, let's find out in example 5. Okay, let's go to example 5. Example 5, everybody. Page 8. Okay, I want you guys to do part A first. So part A is what you have learned. Complete the square, express it as x plus a bracket square plus b. Okay, can you try this? Express this one as x plus a square plus b. Okay, and they ask you to find the values of a and b. So I want you to write your answer as a equals to something, b equals to something. Okay? Your answer should be a equals to something, b equals to something. Done? Okay, Ashton. Which number do I have to divide by 2?
Like 12.
Negative 12. Okay, so how do I write x squared minus 12x minus 5 in completing the square form? What goes into the bracket?
X. Minus 12 over 2.
Minus 12 over 2 will be minus.
6. Sorry.
Okay, so x minus 6 bracket square, and then
Then minus 6 square
very good, minus 6 square, then
plus 45.
minus 45. Okay, so this is how you do computing the square. Now let's simplify it to x minus 6 bracket square. What is minus 36 minus 45? Minus 81. Okay. Okay, so this is already in this form. Okay, can you tell me what is A and what is B? According to their A and B. Yeah. This one, you need to match it to this. What is the A?
X minus 6.
No, what is the A? I want exactly what is A.
6.
A is, see this X plus A, right? So A is what? Is it 6? It's negative 6. Because you can write this as X plus negative 6. Correct? Okay, so you have to match exactly. A is equals to minus 6. What is B?
Negative 81.
B is negative 81. Because you can write this as plus negative 81. Okay? You need to match the signs. So the answer is X is equals to, A is equals to negative 6. B is equals to negative 81. In this case, should I say A is equals to minus 6 or B is equals to minus 81? We don't use or here. Or means either this is correct or this is correct. In this case, you need A to be minus 6 and B is minus 81. You can use comma or you can use and. Okay? Now, they're asking you to solve the equation x squared minus 12x minus 45 equals to 0. So, since part A made you to complete the square, you are going to use completing the square, your answer here, to solve the equation. Okay? So, let me teach you how to do it. So, this part, x squared minus 12x minus 45, replace it with your completing the square format. So, x minus 6 bracket square minus 81 equals to 0. How are you going to find x? So this is already very similar to manipulating algebraic expression that you have learned before. Your x is here. How are you going to find x? To find x, we always isolate it, right? Okay? Now this x is stuck inside this square, correct? How do I get it out of the square?
X squared.
I have to square root, okay? I have to square root this to get it out. But before I can square root, I need to shift. I need to shift this away, correct? Okay, so same concept. When you're trying to make x the subject of the equation, shift everything else away. So first thing that you can shift away is 81, correct? Okay, Zach, are you there? Zach, how do I shift negative 81 away? What do I do on both sides of the equation?
Plus 81.
Plus 81 on both sides. Okay, so that's how I get x minus 6 squared equals to 81. Okay, Maria, how do I get x minus 6 out of this square? I have to square root. Okay, so when I do square root, I need to square root both the left and the right. So I square root the left, I'm just gonna get x minus 6. Okay, then when I square root 81, I have to do square root 81. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Plus
minus.
plus minus. Okay, it can be a plus square root or a minus square root. Okay, what is square root of 81? X minus 6 equals what? What is square root of 81? 9. Okay, square root means what times what equals to 81, right? Okay, so it's plus minus 9. What does plus minus 9 mean? Plus minus 9 means x minus 6 can be equals to plus 9 or
-9.
x minus 6 equals to minus 9. So this is where it splits into two answers. Okay, remember when we do factorization, we also have two answers, right? Okay, so this is x is equals to 6 plus 9, which is 15, or x is equals to 6 minus 9 is minus 3. So this is your okay, so this is how you solve quadratic equation using the completing the square form. So today you learn two things. Number one, solve by factorization. Number two, solve by completing the square. Okay, I want you to. Okay, I won't give you practice 4, 5, 6 as homework, but okay, I want you to solve example 4 in the previous page. Okay, so page 7, you need to solve everything. And page 4 and 5. 4, 5, and 7. That's your homework. Okay? Okay, so for some questions, they will ask you to solve for x. Some questions, they just ask you to complete the square. Okay? For these questions, you don't have to solve. You just have to complete the square. Okay? For this question, when they say solve, you need to end your answer with x equals to something. Okay? Any questions for today? Okay, then see you next week. Thank you, everybody.